I was just wishing somebody a happy birthday. Ciao, how we doing today? W's in the chat. Today is merely a Monday. Without further ado, if you wanted to participate in this merely a Monday, join the Discord. Exclamation mark Discord, also in bio. If you're interested. Let's go. Let's get it going. Merely a Monday starts now. I'm just gonna scroll up until the last time I did medias. Alright. Okay. Okay, it's right here. Alright, let's go. Boom. Horse face. Alright, let's got it. Not wrong. You still have some of those features. Ahem, banned. Is this what all Discord mods look like? I'm not gonna lie, low key. Alright, well, that's AI. That's AI. I don't know what you're talking about. Fire bigger than my internet? Wait, what? Mas? How is that possible? Chat, how is that possible? How could a file be bigger than your internet? No, that's not possible. There's no way. No, that's not. No, that's not possible. There's no way. It's not possible. There's no way. How could a file be bigger than your? That's insane. Oh my goodness. What am I looking at? Horse emoji. All right, Carlos. Mods ban this guy. Nodule. I love you, man. Carlos and OG up in here, bro. Shout out to Carlos and OG up in here, bro. Hey, man, bro. If you know, you know, bro. You know, you know. Haven't you heard I'm the internet girl? I mean, you kind of are an OG. Scuba, 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 scuba. Sorry, my bad, bro. I'm like 30 doing that. What's up, Brant Lee back. What's up, Mustafa? Tap Media Monday X makes our Discord if you wanted to go check out our Discord and do participate in this Media Monday. What did this guy say? Do y'all think? Wait, what? Do y'all think Subcon will get angry? I kinda scratched his car. Bro, Chad, I don't have a car, bro. And yes, I would be angry if that was your scratch on my car. Whoopsies, just cover the scratch with paint. Alright. Beautiful diamonds. They're like diamonds in the sky. I too, I so alive. You're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. If you know, you know. Chat, what's your favorite type of ice cream? Okay, why is the vote at 67%? Okay. That's not anymore. Thank goodness. Um I got my little arms up like, yay, please don't eat me. Please don't be a vegetarian. Yay. Holy OG clip. Oh yes, shout out to bro. Just 1,000 more watch hours. It's less now because I said this a few days ago. from getting YouTube partner. These last few streams have been crazy with all the support y'all been giving me. We're so close to partner. But yeah, it's gonna be goated, bro. Whether we get it or not, I appreciate y'all. What's this? The clip. What's this clip? Chat, what's this clip? Was? Let me share this audio. Clip that. With my skill and determination, of being the best player in NA. I am the best NA player in RL. Clip that, chat. Clip that whenever I become top #1 SSL, bro. Clip that for whatever. That goal was not a great timing. That was not a great timing, bro. Yeah, that's bad timing. What's this message? You're not getting accepted. That's crazy. That's crazy. Nah. Puppy and Sharky. Alright. Bro, this guy be like tormenting his puppy with a shark, bro. What's this clip? Bro, what is this? What is this game? Oh, he just jumped off. Oh my goodness. Yo, what's up, Jax? How you doing? Oh, is this slap battles? Bro, is this slap battles? If I sent you $200 with it? Ah, don't send me $200, please. Save your money, save your money. What would I do with it? I would probably put it into my setup to upgrade something. I'm looking to get a vlogging camera, so I'd probably buy a vlogging camera, but please don't do that. What if I sent 67K? Wow, you don't even have 67,000, bro. Bro, you're broke, bro. Ain't no. I don't even think you can actually. I don't think YouTube even allows you to send that much. Here, cap. All right, man. Send a third of that. Nah, Joel. wait. Let's see the max you can send. Yeah, bro, the max you can send. Oh no, you can send 200, bro. Why is this even allowed on YouTube? Why can you send this much? That's so weird. I have $9 and 30 cents in my account. Scuba. Scuba. I'm sorry. Alright, chat, wait, this is low-key interesting. Not that meme. Scuba. Wait. Chat, everybody listen up. Oh. Gee, just not letting me share my audio. Here it is. Take two.
In World War II, When a fighter pilot's plane was hit, his options were to stay in a burning aircraft and die, or climb out of the cockpit at 400 miles an hour into a wall of wind that would tear him apart before he could reach his parachute. Thousands chose to try anyway. Most didn't survive the attempt. The ones who did described being slammed backward, losing consciousness instantly, and waking up.
You can slam me backward.
Up in freefall with no memory of how they got there. Engineers knew there had to be a better way. The problem was speed. At high velocity, opening a cockpit and jumping was almost certain death. The only solution was to blast the pilot out faster than the aircraft was moving, giving him a fraction of a second to clear the plane before the physics killed him. Germany developed the first operational ejection seat in 19.
I find this super interesting
Powered by
because it kind of just it's a history fact, bro. Chat, history fact. You know? Scuba. Sorry, I'll stop with the scuba.
Air. It worked but didn't generate enough force at high speeds. British company Martin Baker redesigned it using an explosive cartridge.
British company.
Pull a handle and the charge fires, launching the pilot upward at enough force to clear the tail of the aircraft. The first live test was on July 24th, 1946. Test pilot Bernard Lynch flew over England at 320 miles per hour and pulled the handle. He survived. Martin Baker ejection seats have since saved over 7,500 lives. Bernard Lynch never received a bonus for the test. In World War II, when a fighter pilot's plane was hit, his options were to stay in a burning aircraft and die.
Yeah, see, chat, that was low-key similar, bro. Chat, didn't y'all learn? Okay, I'm done with those, bro. Chat, y'all don't want to watch those. For that's all I send. Oh, wait, this is funny, this is funny. Chat, this is funny. Look.
Check again.
Yo, chat, bro, this is what you be scrolling and seeing, bro.
Are you on the naughty list?
Bro. Why is he smiling?
Good.
The jiggle physics. Pause. Don't clip that out of the context. That's crazy. Bro, chat, nah, that's low-key crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's low-key crazy. Sorry. Nah, this is what I be saying. Let me be your taxi driver with $1 per mile. We would be dead. We would literally all die. What do you mean? Such a lazy piece of fur. L, bro, you're bullying your dog. Chat, if you want to go check out our dog's channel, !dogs. We're almost at like 140. Meh. Goat. W plug. Lul. I have streamed. Oh, chat. Yes, I did the math. I told you earlier, but I did the math. But I have streamed 295 days in the last 365 days, approximately. But that includes, chat. The time off includes when I had, I think it was 11 days off. Exactly 11 days off for streaming. I mean, for my surgery. And I believe it was 12 days for my uh trip to Germany. I think those are the exact days, but I did approximately 4 weeks. Chat, did y'all hear that? Chat, did y'all hear that? Next time I'll bring my butt up to the camera and put and fart in it. Pause. I don't know why he create this just till sub comrades cookies. I don't for legal reasons this is a joke. I mean, yo, gosh, you can see the bullet flying too. It's low-key cinema though. Like the smoke is low-key cinema around the gun. Not realistic, but cinema. The dog. Alright. Live cam from me. What is that, bro? What is that? Alright, chat, wait. Chat, wait, this is cinema. This is cinema. This is cinema. If you're what's up, Sean? Love you, man. I saw your message whenever it got sent. I just didn't react. Okay. Chat, this is I saw this a while ago, but I've been meaning to react to it on stream. Wait. I recorded my wait, what does it say? For 1 full year, dot dot dot. I recorded my son, dot dot dot. Making baby noises. Chat, bro, bro, when I saw this, bro, I couldn't stop laughing, bro. Also, it's Loki about. Watch this in 2022. Yeah, I remember watching a while ago. Shut up, subcom. Okay, bet. No. Bet. You want to hear it? I'll mute my mic then. Why is my mic not muting? You happy now? Don't you dare say go back to being muted or anything like that. I'll like, thanks, heart emoji. Alright. Goober. Okay. Backrooms. Aware. Aware. Clips. Does this okay, does this leak my IP? What's up with this clip? I could do that. I could do that. I just choose not to. You need a scene for aware? No, child, I could do that. I just choose not to. Like I don't want to like I don't want to like aura farm. My Vine Boom was hidden the whole time. Bro, I gotta fix that system. It's so annoying. Thunder. W segment in the chat. Hey, Jonathan, again, if y'all wanted to participate in Media Monday, !mark Discord, and send your media whenever you want, and I'll react to it every Monday, bro. Down in the chat. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.